Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss about the motion under gravity. So, what is meant by motion under gravity? When the particle is projected vertically in the air and its motion is under the action of gravitational force. The motion of the particle under gravitational force is known as motion under gravity. So there are some characteristics for the motion under gravity. This characteristics is useful while solving the numerical on motion under gravity. So first characteristic is nothing but throughout the motion of the particle, the gravitational acceleration is always in the downward direction. So whenever the body is in motion, maybe it's vertical or maybe it's downward, the value of the gravitational acceleration, or we can say it as a gravitational force, is always act in a downward direction. Second point, at the maximum height the velocity must be zero. So in this case, suppose I am throwing an object from the ground in upward direction, it will reach a maximum height and it will stop. The point at which it stops, the velocity will become zero. So that is why at maximum height velocity must be zero. Third point, the velocity of the particle at any height must be same in magnitude in upward and downward direction. So in this case, if I want to find velocity of the particle at any height, it must be same in magnitude as well as direction. Fourth point, the time of motion for upward and downward journey must be same with reference to datum. If I am considering two datum point, so the time of motion for upward and downward journey must be same. So here I am writing the equation of motion in terms of g. So we have equation of motion as v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, and v square equal to u square plus twice as. Now for the upward motion, or that is motion against the gravity, in case of a, I am using here minus g. So equation become v equal to u minus gt, s equal to ut minus half gt square, and third v square equal to u square minus 2gs. This is for the upward motion. Upward motion means gravity force acting downward and motion is upward. So in that case I have to use the value of g as a minus, that is motion against the gravity. Suppose I am considering the downward motion, that is means any object which is moving in downward motion in the direction of gravity. So in that case I have to consider a equal to plus g. So the equation of motion becomes v equal to u plus gt, s equal to ut plus half gt square, and v square equal to u square plus twice gs. Now we are going to start with some numerical depends on the motion under gravity. So in first numerical, a ball is projected vertically upward with a velocity of 9.81 meter per second. Full stop. Determine the maximum height traveled by the ball, comma, the velocity at which it strikes the ground, and the total time of the journey. So in this case, a ball is projected vertically upward with initial velocity. Means you have given the initial velocity u equal to 9.81 meter per second square. As I am projecting is vertically upward and gravitational force is acting downward, so it is opposite to the gravitational force. The motion is opposite to the gravitational force. So in this case I am using a equal to minus g, which is nothing but equal to minus 9.81 meter per second square. Now at reach, I have to calculate the maximum height traveled by the ball. Means after throwing ball vertically upward, it will reach a maximum height. For that maximum height, velocity will become 0. So this velocity will be nothing but the final velocity after reaching maximum height. And maximum height means s equal to h I have to calculate. If you see here in the diagram, I am throwing the object in vertically downward. It will reach maximum height. After reaching maximum height, it will come downward. So this is nothing but the maximum height. So as per the given data I have final velocity at maximum height. Final velocity will become 0. Initial velocity I have given a equal to minus g, that is minus 9.81, because the motion is against the direction of gravity. So as per the third equation of motion, v square equal to u square plus twice as, but final velocity is 0, so I am putting 0 here. So this is nothing but the 0 square. Next, u is nothing but the initial velocity 9.81 square. Now a is nothing but the minus g, so I am writing minus 2 into 9.81, and s is nothing but the maximum height. After simplifying it, I will get the value of maximum height as h equal to 4.905 meter. So this is the value of maximum height. Again they have asked me about the velocity at which it strikes the ground and total time of the journey. So motion is starting from the ground. I am projecting vertically upward. It will reach maximum height, and again it will return back to the initial position. So when the ball strikes the ground, the total displacement will become 0. The total displacement will become 0. Now for the total motion, total motion profile going upward direction, reaching maximum height and coming back to initial or original position, the total displacement is 0. For this complete motion, I am applying the second equation of motion, s equal to ut plus half at square. So yes, for complete motion, displacement is 0, s equal to 0, initial velocity 9.81 into t. Now this motion, initially I am throwing it against the gravity, so I am using here minus sign. So minus half into 9.81 into t square. After simplifying it, I will get the value of t equal to 2 seconds. So this is for the complete journey. So I will get the total time of journey as a 2 seconds. Now for this total time of journey, I have to calculate the velocity at which it strikes the ground. So final velocity I have to calculate before it strikes the ground. So for that I am using the equation v square equal to u square plus twice as, but the displacement value is 0, s equal to 0. So this equation become v square equal to 9.81 square plus 0. So v is nothing but equal to 9.81 meter per second. Now I am coming to the second problem of the motion under gravity. So in this numerical, a stone is dropped from the top of a tower 50 meter high. At the same time, another stone is thrown vertically upward from the foot of the tower with a velocity of 25 meter per second. Full stop. When and where the two stones cross each other. So in this numerical they have given a tower. So here is the tower I am showing you, which has a height of 50 meter total height. Now initially I am dropping a stone. Suppose this is a stone at position A. So initially I am just from initial position I am just dropping the stone. So it will initial velocity, I am holding the stone at this position, that is at the top of the tower, because of its initial velocity is 0. Then it will move under the motion of gravity. So in this case motion is in the direction of gravity, so acceleration at a position is nothing but the plus 9.81 meter per second square. At the same time I am throwing a stone in the vertically upward direction. So in this case, as I have to throw the stone, I have to give some velocity, initial velocity to that stone. So I have given the initial velocity as 25 meter per second. So this is for the stone at position B, that is initial velocity at B equal to 25 meter per second square. As I am throwing the stone in upward direction against the gravity, because gravity force act in downward direction, I am throwing the stone in the upward direction, means the motion is against the gravity. So acceleration at B equal to 9.81 meter per second square as per the given data. Now I am considering the stone from top of the tower and stone thrown from the foot of the tower will cross to each other at a distance x from the foot of the tower. So this distance will become 50 minus x. So coming to the solution. So condition for the two stone A and B as shown in figure. Already I have explained it here. Now t be the time when they meet each other. So for initially I am considering means after time t these two stone at position A and B will cross each other or they meet each other at some time t. Now for stone A I am considering the equation of motion s equal to ut plus half at square. So in this case initial velocity of stone A is 0. A is nothing but the in the direction of gravity, so plus displacement. So stone A will cover 50 minus x distance so that they will cross at this position to each other. So 50 minus x. So after simplifying this equation I will get 50 minus x equal to 4.905 t square. This is equation 1. Now same way I am considering for stone B. For stone B the displacement stone B will cover a distance x when they when they meet each other. So this is nothing but the x equal to ut plus half at square. So for s it is x. Initial velocity of the stone B is given 25 into t minus half. Why I have taken minus sign here? Because the motion is against the gravity. So A acceleration at B is 0 minus. So I am putting minus half into 9.81 into t square. Again I am simplifying it, so I will get x equal to 25t minus 4.905 t square. So this x value I am putting in this equation 1. So I will get the value of t. So after putting the value of x in this equation 1 I will get the value of t as after simplifying it 2 seconds. So means after 2 seconds these two stone released from position A in downward direction and released from position B in upward direction will cross each other or will meet each other at after t equal to 2 seconds. Now this putting t equal to 2 seconds in equation 1 I will get the value of x. Means at a distance 30.38 meter from the bottom the two stone will meet each other and it will take a time to meet each other is nothing but the 2 seconds. Now I am going to discuss third problem on the motion under gravity. So in this problem they have given a baseball is thrown downward from a 50 meter tower with a initial speed of 5 meter per second. Full stop. Determine the speed at which it hits the ground and the time of travel. So there is a travel. From this tower I am throwing a baseball which have a height of 15 meter with the initial velocity of 5 meter per second. So this is initial velocity, small u value, s is given 15 meter and I am throwing in the direction of gravity. So a equal to g equal to 9.81 meter per second square. I have to calculate here speed which is nothing but the v value. So you have given the initial velocity, you have also given the a, so I can use this equation v square equal to u square plus twice a. So after putting the value I have to calculate the speed at which hits the ground, means final velocity before striking the ground. So after putting the value I will get the value of v as 17.87 meter per second and it is in downward direction. Now also I have to calculate the time of travel. So I have the equation v equal to u plus at. So I am simplifying it to calculate the value of t. So v minus u divided by a. So after putting the value in this equation I will get t equal to 1.312 second. Now we are going to discuss fourth numerical on motion under gravity. A water drips from a tap at the rate of 5 drops per second. determine the vertical separation between two consecutive drop when the lower drop of the two has attained a velocity of 3 meter per second. Means from a tap, you can see here tap, from this tap 5 drop are coming down at the rate of 1 second. So now for the 5 drop they have given 1 second when the drops come from the tap. So I want to calculate the time difference between two drop, that is the difference. So I am considering this drop as a and this drop as a B. So time difference between drop A and B. So 1 second for the 5 drop. So 1 divided 5, I will get the time difference as a 0.2 second for the 2 drop. Means the time difference between drop A and B. Now determine the vertical separation. So I am considering two drop A and B, and this vertical difference, that is H value, I have to calculate here. And also you have given the lower drop of the two has attained a velocity of 3 meter per second. Means you have given the velocity of this drop B. Means consecutive drop, means after A there will be a consecutive drop B. 1 2 3 4 5 drop is there. I am considering this drop as A and this drop as B. So after A there is a consecutive drop B, so it will attain a velocity of 3 meter per second. Initially, before starting the tap, it is in rest position. Yeah, it have a initial velocity of 0. So for the drop B, and it is moving in downward direction, means in the direction of gravity. So for drop B, I am calculating the time required for the drop B. So initial velocity for drop B is 0. After it attain a final velocity of 3 meter per second, and the motion in the direction of gravity, so A equal to plus G equal to 9.81 meter per second square. So I am putting all the value in this equation, V equal to U plus A3. So initial velocity 3, final velocity 3, initial velocity 0, A 9.81, and I am calculating the time required for the drop B, which is nothing but the 0.3058 second. Now the time difference between A and B is 0.2. If I want to calculate the time for the A, so for the time difference between A and B, I am going to subtract this value for the time required for the B. So time required for the A, I will get as TA equal to 0.3058 minus 0.2. So I will get the time required for the A as 0.1058 second. Now for drop A. So now for drop A, I am calculating the displacement of the drop A. Suppose tap is here. These are the drop. So from initial position, from this position, it will cover some distance. Suppose this is a SA. From again this position, this B will cover some distance. This is nothing but the SB from this position. So I have to calculate this H value. So I am going to minus SB minus SA. So for that I will require the time TA and TB. So I have already calculated. Means from this position to this, come to this position, it will require time TA. From this position to this position, it will require time TB. So I have already calculated that time TB, TA. Now I am going to calculate SA and SB value. So for drop A, displacement of A is nothing but the SA equal to UA TA plus half AA into TA. After putting the value, initial velocity for the drop A is 0. So 0 half 9.81 into TA 0.1058. So I will get the value of SA as 0.055 meter. Similar way I am calculating the displacement of B. So SB equal to 0 means 0 means initial velocity for SB is 0 plus half 9.81 into time for the B is nothing but 0.3058. Now I have got the value of SB is nothing but 0.459. So as per the question here you can see I have calculated SA, I have calculated SB now. So I have to calculate it H. So to calculate H I am going to minus SB minus SA. So I am doing the same here. The distance between A and B is H equal to SB minus SA. So 0.459 minus 0.055. So I will get the value of H as equal to 0.404 meter.